Hello everyone. I thought I would do the cross stitch tag. So the first question is, how did you start, or who introduced you to cross stitch? When I was very young, Santa brought me a cross stitch little kit. It was a mouse sliding on a candy cane. So that really intrigued me, and I was so excited about doing that. We were a big crafter family, you know, so doing crafts was fun for us, but I'd never done a cross stitch before, so that was my first cross stitch, and I kind of just like jumped in the deep end after I did that. So it says, if you have a favorite theme or designer. I don't really have a favorite theme or a designer. I like to do all kinds of different things. What floss brand do you use? I use DMC because it's the one that's available to me. What's your fabric of choice? I know you're all going to have a collective gasp, but I like Ada because it's easier for me, and I have bifocals now, so I'm not really good at the counting over 2 threads. Can I do two, you know. I have done it before I did the Mirabilia Gathering Eggs, which was the biggest project I ever worked on until like 2005. It was the biggest project, and it was the only one I'd ever done on even weave. So I didn't realize I had to count over threads, so that was quite an experience. It says, do you use a needle threader or are you a floss slicker? I'm a needle threader person. My favorite needle threader is the low-ran needle threader. I know somebody put on their video that they said that the low-ran threader cut their fabric. I've never had that happen before. I've had a bad needle before where the inside of the head caught on the on the floss and broke and was trying to tear into it, but I've never had a bad low-ran. It's like my staple thing. If I don't have anything, I have to have that. See, what kind of stitching frame do you use? I like hoops. Let's see, I have a project I'm working on right now. Here's a hoop. I'm a hoop person. So, how many projects have you finished? I got them all out because I haven't really finished any of them. There's only one hanging on the wall in the other room, but I counted 28 so far, and most of them are of different sizes. It says, do you do more stitching for gifts or keep them for yourself? I guess I keep them for myself because nobody that I know would like to have a cross stitch. So see. What's your favorite project or finish that you're most proud of? So many years ago, you on the back of the magazines, the stitching magazines, there was the DMC project. You had to like send in a self-addressed stamped envelope, and they would send you the chart. And that was the first one I ever did, was this one. So this is the one I'm most proud of. What's that? Right side up? Upside down. It's called Bluebird Peaches. It's from DMC. And this is my most favorite project. My second most favorite project is Frederick the Literate. And my third would be the Mirabilia Gathering Eggs. I had gotten that out of one of the cross-stitch magazines I had. They had that as a pattern. But the funny thing was, when you look at the regular the Mirabilia Gathering Eggs, the background is like inverted. So so this side is on that side of the regular one when you buy the real pattern. So yeah, this is my favorite project, and this took me 3 months, and I thought that was like a gargantuan amount of time to spend on a project. But when I did Frederick the Literate, I didn't have a lot of time to practice. Time to stitch, so it took me a year to do Frederick the Literate. So, what's been your least favorite or worst experience? I would think it would have to be the Gathering Egg, even though I liked how it turned out, and it took me like 5 years. 6 years, 5 to 6 years to finish that project, because I got part of the way, and then I gave up on it, and then I moved, and I never got back to stitching. So then I finally picked it up again and finished it. Then I realized it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was back then, you know. But I feel like I was more, fearless whenever I first started, because I like to design my own stitches. I did quite a few. I'll show you one of the ones I did. If I can find it here. So this was the first one I did. It was just this angel, kind of in a country looking theme. And then, yeah, I did have all my hoop marks still on there. You're probably still gasping. Then I created this sampler of the alphabet sampler. And I like that one a lot. So it says, what do you love or what do you hate about cross stitch? I love that you can relax, you don't have to think about things. It kind of gets your mind off of your worries. And I like the patterns. I'm a graphic artist, so in real life, and so for a newspaper. So I'm all about designing things, and so I like to, and it's kind of like designing with the needle. Have you ever introduced anyone else to cross stitch? I don't think so, unless maybe all the people on my blog, on my Facebook, because I've been posting my things I've been doing. My aunt has been deciding she might want to get back into cross stitch. It says, what was your first project and did you finish it? My first project was the mouse with the candy cane, sledding on a candy cane, and yes, I finished it. I'm not really sure what the next ones was, but this was my Bluebird Peaches. Was one of the first of the first few that I ever did. So how do you store your cross stitch floss? I have the bobbin ones in a floss box with all the little compartments wound, and then I have an old, I don't even know what they're called anymore. It's a big purple plastic thing. It's kind of like a stitcher box, a huge stitcher box. It's like this wide. And inside of it I have a whole bunch of different food bags with the Ziploc on it, and they're broken up by hundreds, like the 900s, the 800s, the 700s, and I have them all, the skeins inside the skeins, however you say that, inside of each one. If I ever need one, I pull one out, close it back up again, put it back in the tub of the bottom of my tub. So I thought I'd do maybe a little bit of the, if we have time, the Know Your Needleworker tag. Where do I live? I live in Southern Illinois, 75 miles from St. Louis, and to the middle, kind of middle central southern Illinois. What do I do for a living? I'm a graphic artist for a newspaper. I design advertisements. Do I have any children? No. What are my 3 favorite hobbies? I sing alto in my church's worship team. What else do I do? I didn't think about this. I can't think of anything else at the moment. I do all kinds of crafts, so any other kind of crafts. Maybe I'll come back to it if I think of something. What's your favorite movie? While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock. What's your favorite TV show? MacGyver. I love MacGyver. And I like Alias, so that'd be my other favorite. I know the stitching moves would be like 15 minutes on just one of those questions, but my iPod only can do so much time with the video. What is your favorite music? I listen to contemporary Christian music. What's your favorite book? I don't really have a favorite book. I have, you see right there? I have bookshelves of books. I just like books. What's one word to describe you? I would say creative. Another thing would be what's one of the other hobbies. I don't know if you call it a hobby. Also on my YouTube channel, I read Oracle and Tarot cards. And I don't do it for a living. I don't make money doing it. I just do readings on YouTube. And so that's it. That's the cross stitch tag and the Know Your Needleworker tag. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you. Goodbye.